Alright, well, good morning, class. So, today we're working on the Briggs & Stratton motor to go with the, there it is, rototiller. So, yeah, that's what we're working on. I'll get my brain caught up. Sorry, end of the year mental problems. Let's, okay, so I took the muffler off. Actually, let me grab that. I threw it away, but let me grab that. And talk about what that is. Well, you know what a muffler is. So this is a Briggs & Stratton style muffler. It has these long bolts that go through it. But what's kind of unique about a lot of Briggs & Strattons sorry, a lot of students talking to me, is this little guy right here. That is actually, let me see if I can go this way. It's threaded. A lot of the older engines were threaded, so you can actually screw in a muffler for it. But I have this brand new one. I'll go right there, and I have brand new bolts. So let's go ahead and get those installed. So on these things, oh, come on. It has this little plate here. Let me explain what that is after I get it kind of bolted down. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this plate on. It has these little tabs here. Those tabs go up, so I'm going to slide the bolt through. Make sure I get all the way through it. Whoop, there it goes. Gasket's already in place. Go ahead and slide in the other one. There we go. Okay. And then I can thread those in. I'm going to just hand thread it just so that way it's held in place. Okay, there we go. So what this is after you've gotten it down, what can happen is this can loosen up. And so these little tabs bend over to prevent this from vibrating loose. So let's go ahead and thread that down. I don't know, bring them in evenly. And there's probably a torque for it. I don't know what it is. That's definitely not right. Okay. Every tool's a hammer. There we go. Okay, so now that's all tightened in. And then we have this right here for valve springs. There's no oil coming out of it, so I'm actually not going to open this up. Okay, I'm trying to do just the minimum on this little motor just to get it running. So the next thing we got to work on is the carburetor. Okay, I cleaned it, but I still got this garbage on here, this gasket. Okay, and I picked up. Oops, stay there. Picked up a gasket set for it. Okay, so this is for a whole engine rebuild. I don't know what's all in there. I was hoping there'd be more carburetor gaskets, but I don't see them. So if I choose to, I can rebuild this motor. If we had more time for our lessons, I probably would do that, but we don't. We'll just have one more lesson after this. I'm just trying to think of where I can work. I'm going to work right there. Get a chair. Alright, so all I'm doing is I'm just pulling this gasket off. There we go. Okay. And what's nice is there's hopefully, oh, I hope that's the, oh, that's that one right there. Alright, and here's its replacement. There it is. So, go ahead and lay this out and double check. So there we go. Okay, so there's its replacement. Okay, and then I took off this part, and let me see if I can find the pieces. So there's one piece, and this is the one I was trying to find. This is a little pulse right there, and that's supposed to sit right in there. Okay, and then there's a funny little gasket that goes on top. I'm not sure if I brought the old one with me. Let's see here. More parts. More parts. Sketch. Some cleaner. I ran out already. Alright. So, the gasket that sat on top of that spring, this little valve. And this is a funny valve. I want you to see this. It's kind of a rubberized material right here, okay? And this has a diaphragm. It's hard to see, but it's domed here, okay? Domed here, dished there. And what happens is it will get sucked in. You can see it pop the other way, which will then change the relations of those two pieces. Okay, and that all sits right here. And the original one was cracked, so that would cause some problems, okay? And so now what I got to do is I got to go through and I got to clean out some of these holes. So that way, not those are just threaded holes, but that one and that one has to be nice and clean. This one's got to be cleaned, and then here's got to be cleaned. So I'm going to go grab my safety glasses and spray those down. I don't want that stuff to spray back in my face. Okay, so let's look outside. Oops, let me make sure I still see. Switch my laptop here. Alright, there we go. This is a new webcam, so I'm not sure if I like it. Trying it out. And then I need a wire brush. I don't know if I actually have one here. I'm going to go grab a kid's toothbrush. Oh, I do not. Okay, well, do what I can. By the way, happy Cinco de Mayo. that's it. Okay, straw. Let's get the straw on this thing. Yeah, that camera, man. That's what I need. I need a photographer. Follow along on this because I'm tired of trying to keep this set up. Oh well, head cut off. Oh well. Alright, so that's that one. That's that one. Those. I don't know who was the last. It was serviced by a shop, but there's a couple things that a shop would do just to make an engine run better without really caring about the engine. Well, shade tree repair, we'll put it that way. First one was the bend on this, which I didn't like. It's way too aggressive because it's supposed to prevent it from here. But see, there's all these other linkages here that prevent that. So I don't know why that got bent down. The other one that drives me nuts is this right here. So this is the choke right here. Okay, and that should be bent so that way it will hold into the different spots. But now it just floats. So this has to be bent back up and that has to be bent straight. So we got that cleaned out, but you can't tell if I there's plastic up. This is definitely not the original carburetor. Original carburetor wouldn't have all this plastic on it. Okay, there's some stuff there. I'm gonna get a little piece of sandpaper. Okay. Sorry, I can't tell if I'm on camera half the time. If I just back up, then I have better chances. That's where I want to work. Probably a little aggressive. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray in there, and I did bring something home for this. I gotta remember where it is. Let's stick back outside for a second. I am looking. Where could they be? Nope. Where did I put them? So what I did was I have some, they look like pipe cleaners more or less. But I brought them home because I was going to use them. I used them for the other carburetor on our very first set of lessons, but now I can't remember what I did with them. Oh, there they are. These. So, let me open this up. That's something I did off camera, off live. But I did do it. I recorded it just in case I needed it for a sub lesson. Can you imagine a sub right now? So what these have, they're little pipe cleaners on all of these. So this way, and it's just 2 sets. So I can take, so this is the larger pieces. Okay, and this is a smaller one, so I can go through here. I think this is the smallest one, and I can sit there and remount that carburetor jet. Hold on. Let's see if I really do have the smallest one. Hey, how about that? I do. Okay, I'm gonna hit that one real quick. All right, let me grab a screwdriver. Add a screwdriver. That's the proverbial. Just trying to get to all the little passages. So I got a little, not being good backlit. There we go. So there's a mess. So I'm going to spray that hole because it goes down into the jet. The fact that it's not coming out anywhere else tells me that's clogged. Okay, so it's coming out of that hole. Did you enjoy that? Okay. Worst part was I didn't adjust that. I didn't count it down. Usually when you take off this throttle, the idle screw is you would count it, and so that way when you put it back, you knew how far to go. So kind of count the rest. Okay. So there we go. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that back out. That was wire. Love the jets. Left my van open again. Alright, now we'll just take one of these little wire brushes. Oh, that's too small. That one. Okay. And let's see here. That one's nice and clean. That one I can't get. Let's see. Let's try a little littler one. And get that one. And that one comes up and around. Okay, and those are all threaded holes. Okay. Alright, so let me throw that screw back in. Just going through any other dirt there might be a problem with. A lot of garbage down there. Yeah. See the rust coming out of there. Okay, that's the only one I'm having issues with, and I have a thin needle for that. I don't have it here, so that's where we leave off. Alright, so hopefully you had fun today in class. So today we worked on the carburetor on the Briggs & Stratton. So in your assignment today, what I want you to look up, where did that look? Oh, a rebuild kit for a carburetor. Okay, so I want you to look up a rebuild kit for a carburetor for a Briggs & Stratton. Just type in Briggs & Stratton carburetor rebuild kit, and then send me a screenshot. All right, I will see you guys on Thursday. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.